Warning: the video you about to see speaks of and shows imagery of violent acts. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Darker Things, the channel where we delve into the murky depths of disturbing events, unsettling figures, and the shadows they cast on our world. Today, we navigate the complex and haunting tale of Leslie Van Houten, once a bright, promising young woman who became ensnared in the web of one of the most infamous cults in history. Leslie Van Houten's life was irrevocably altered by her encounter with Charles Manson. Her story, marked by psychological manipulation and a quest for redemption, continues to captivate and disturb. Let's unravel her journey from her early years to her recent release and explore the impact she left on our culture and society.
Leslie Louise Van Houten was born on August 23, 1949, in Altadena, California. From the outside, her early life seemed typical for a middle-class family. Her parents, Paul and Jane Van Houten, tried to provide a stable environment, but Leslie's world started to crumble when her parents separated during her adolescence. The 1960s were a time of rebellion, and like many of her peers, Leslie found herself swept up in the counterculture wave. She experimented with drugs, seeking an escape from the growing turbulence at home. LSD became a part of her life, altering her perception and nudging her further from the conventional path laid out for her. Family tensions, the quest for identity, and the lure of the counterculture created a potent mix that led Leslie into increasingly dark waters. Her rebellion was more than just teenage angst, it was a desperate search for meaning and belonging. Leslie's path crossed with Charles Manson in 1968 through mutual acquaintances who were already captivated by his charisma. Manson was no ordinary cult leader, he had a magnetic presence that could seduce and control. For Leslie, already adrift and vulnerable, Manson's promises of a communal utopia were intoxicating. Underneath Manson's charm was a calculated manipulation. Leslie, like many others, fell victim to his psychological tactics. Love bombing, the illusion of family, and the idea of a revolutionary new life. She was drawn into his world, where he exploited her need for acceptance and rebellion against societal norms. Leslie's transformation from a young woman seeking purpose to a participant in brutal crimes is as chilling as it is tragic. Manson's influence grew, turning his followers into instruments of his dark visions. Leslie, deeply ensnared by his manipulation, found herself drawn into violent acts that would forever stain her soul. On the night of August 9, 1969, Leslie was part of the horrific events known as the LaBianca murders. Alongside other members of the Manson family, she entered the home of Lino and Rosemary LaBianca. Under Manson's orders, she played a direct role in their brutal killings. Leslie's actions during the crime were a grim reflection of her complete psychological domination by Manson. Lino and Rosemary LaBianca were more than victims, they were individuals with lives and dreams, cruelly cut short. Their memory is a stark reminder of the horror wrought by Manson's control over his followers. Leslie's descent into darkness didn't go unnoticed for long. The investigation into the Manson family's crimes led to her arrest, and she soon found herself at the center of one of the most sensational trials in American history. In court, Leslie's demeanor was a mix of defiance and detachment, a far cry from the young girl she once was. The trial was a media spectacle, turning her and her co-defendants into symbols of corrupted innocence. Initially sentenced to death, her sentence was later commuted to life imprisonment following the abolition of California's death penalty. The public was both horrified and fascinated. Leslie's transformation and her role in the murders became a dark tale of lost innocence and the terrifying power of psychological manipulation. Life behind bars offered Leslie time to reflect and change. Her years in prison were marked by attempts at rehabilitation, education, and numerous parole hearings. Each time, her requests for release were met with a mix of hope and controversy. The debate over whether she had truly changed and deserved freedom was a persistent part of her narrative. In 2023, after more than 5 decades in prison, Leslie was granted parole. Her release was a moment of intense public and legal scrutiny, reigniting debates about justice, redemption, and the possibility of change. For some, her release was a testament to her rehabilitation and the belief in second chances. For others, it was a troubling reminder of the crimes she committed under Manson's influence. Leslie Van Houten's story has left a significant mark on our culture. From books to films and documentaries, her life has been dissected and analyzed, serving as a cautionary tale of how a seemingly ordinary individual can be drawn into a vortex of evil. Her involvement with the Manson family has influenced our understanding of cults, manipulation, and the darker aspects of human psychology. Leslie's journey forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about redemption, justice, and the potential for change in even the darkest of souls. Leslie Van Houten's life is a complex tapestry of lost potential, manipulation, and a quest for redemption. From a young woman caught in the allure of a cult to a convicted murderer seeking forgiveness, her story is a stark reminder of the fragility of innocence and the shadows that can overtake us.
As we reflect on her life and recent release, we are left with a haunting question. Can true change emerge from such darkness? And what does her journey teach us about the nature and the possibility of redemption? Well, thank you for joining us on this exploration of Leslie Van Houten's haunting tale. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Share your thoughts on her story and its implications, and stay tuned for our next episode as we uncover darker themes that lurk beneath the surface. Until next time, I'm your host, Doug Duncan, with a reminder that once you enter the dark, you may never be the